Alright, in the first video we have solved some of these questions. This is part 2 now. So let's go to part 2. So we have simplified this one, I've talked about this one. We have talked about this one. We have also solved this one. We have now left this one, and let's get started from there. So we are going to say so that is it. We have now made what was inside there. All right, we have made what was inside there. So what are we going to do? What is the other thing we'll do? We are going to say let's do this. We have remade this b minus a like that. All right, then we are writing the union like that, a complement like that, we cross like that. So these are brackets, right? So since they are brackets, we start now distributing this bracket, and that will give us what? That will give us, let's start now. I said when you multiply that one, you get that one. So when you multiply a complement like that, let's say a complement, that will give you a just, all right, that will give you just a, right? So that's a complement. A complement will cancel. So once a complement, let's say a intersection complement like that, so when you multiply this complement, once it crosses the intersection union, the union will change, or the intersection will change to the other side. So what we are saying now, x union, so x will have a complement because the complement has crossed the equal sign. So that's the meaning, I mean the bracket. So meaning we are going to multiply now, distribute this here. All right, so that will be what? B intersection a complement like that. All right, then that will be now our complement there. Then the moment it crosses the union, that will be the intersection. Then here it will multiply a times, I mean complement times complement, that will just give you a. All right, so from there then you say from there now you say we distribute now also here this complement. All right, so we are going to distribute this complement as well, so that will give us what? B complement like that. Then the union, the intersection now will change to union. Then the complement there, it was going to cancel, so that will be just a. All right, because there was a complement there inside, so intersection a like that. All right, so that is it. So now what you're going to do here is now to distribute, because it's more like this one is multiplying everything there. All right, so we'll say b complement intersection a. We are distributing this a there, so that is it. Then there is this boundary, which is the union, then a intersection, so that's a intersection a like that. All right, so that is it. So now what is the what we are going to do is we are saying now, what is the a intersection a? That's a, right? It's more like you have just gone back to that, but you have to know a certain trick here. All right, you have to know a certain trick here. So how do we get to know the trick? Because we are trying to simplify this set as possible as we can. All right, so if I get this a and b, so I'm intersecting now. How can, let's say I have two sets there. I have, let's say, set a and set b there. All right, so these sets, b complement is what is there. All right, so b complement, where is it going to intersect with a? Where is it going to intersect with? It will intersect with a at only this part, at only this part. All right, so it will intersect with a at only the b complement will intersect in a, in short. So a b complement intersection a, that will just give us what? That will just give us A. All right, so it will just intersect where A is. All right, then union. What is A intersection A? A intersecting with the same A, that will just give us what? A. All right, so when you are simplifying that one, A union A is more like 2 plus 2. In sets we don't what, we don't, let's say 2 plus 2. Yes, in sets we don't repeat the same number, we just bring 2. All right, so that will just give you A like that. So that's the answer. All right, that's the answer. So let's go to the next page. We are now going to simplify this. Now pay attention, we are distributing. First of all, we make what is inside there. All right, so that will give us P intersection, open bracket, okay, Q. Now we put intersection, then P complement like that, then complement outside. So that's how we do it. All right, that's how we do it. Then from there, we are going to say, we are going to distribute now this complement there. So we'll say P intersection, open bracket, Q. So this complement will go there. All right, so that will be Q complement. Then the moment a complement crosses the intersection, that will be union. All right, get to know that. Then this one, it will cancel. The complement times complement, it will cancel. All right, so that's what we have now. So you need to make a trick on how you are going to solve this one. It's more like now that topic for different of 2 square, where you have the intention of cancelling the something. So that's the trick that you are going to use here. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say I need to have 4 sets so that I simplify as possible as I can, because these things are not the same. If I were to distribute P intersection inside there, that wasn't going to make sense. All right, that will not make sense. So what I'm going to do is, I'll say I'm simplifying this one as possible as I can. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring something. I'll say P. All right, just I'm going to fake this equation. I'll say P union empty set like that. All right, then intersection, then Q complement union P like that. All right, so have you seen the trick that I've made? I've changed nothing there. I just want to have what? I just want to have the same P. It's just the same P. When you unite P with the empty, it will still give you P. So now what I'm going to do now is, I'm going now to do what? To exchange this part there. All right, this part I'm going to exchange. So I'll say P union, all right, empty set like that, intersection, then that will give us that's now I'm going to say P union Q complement like that. All right, so now I can factorize. Now what is common is P union, open bracket, that will give us empty set, intersection, Q like that. All right, so you can't intersect an empty set with the, right, you can't intersect an empty set with a set. So that will give you P union, open bracket. So inside there, n set intersecting with the what is an empty set, that will give you still the empty set. All right, so empty set like that. So now finally, P plus is more like 2 plus 0. P is a number, then empty set is a 0. So when you add those, you still get a 2. So that meaning that you still remain with a P as your set. All right, so that is it. Next page. So given that A, B, and C are sets that intersect. All right, now we are going to simplify this. So what you are going to do is, first you distribute the complement each side. So that will give you what? B minus A complement like that, this one will change to union. Then the C now will just remain like that because the complement has been disputed. Complement times complement, that will give you a positive, something like that, if you were to master like that in that way, mnemonic. So what you're going to do is now we are going to do what? We are going now to change what is inside there. So we're going to say B minus A like that, all right? So we are going to change the same part here, all right? So we are going to now renew it, make it proper so that we can solve. So this is same as B intersection, that's A complement like that, all right? We explained this in the previous video. So union C. So we are distributing this complement inside there, all right? So it will go there. So B complement times B, that's B complement like that. Then this one will change to union. The moment the complement crosses it, it will change to union. If it was union, it will change to intersection. So a complement now times complement, that will just give you what? A like that. Okay, A like that. So it will just give you A. Okay, so it will just give you A, then union C like that. Okay, union C like that. So I can put the brackets for this case because it was in the brackets. Then from there, what you are going to do is we can just remove the brackets if you want, otherwise that's finished like that. We are done. So say B complement union A intersections, unless we are told to shade. That's when we can do what? We can shade. But for now, let's just end there. Unless we are told to shade, that's when we can shade. All right. So the other thing is we are going to simplify these sets. So we are going to shade. Here is now for shading. In the previous one, we just left it like that, hanging. So now let's shade. So before we even shade, there's a complement there, right? There's a complement there. So the complement that is there, and also there's a complement. Okay, so as our rule, let's simplify it. This complement, distribute it one inside there. That will give you what? B complement like that. B complement union open bracket, that will give you a C A intersection C complement like that. Then this complement is now there, so it's there. Then that one it reached there. All right. So the other thing now that we are going to do is to distribute this complement inside there. So that will give us B, all right, complement union, okay, union open bracket, a complement now to just give us A. All right, so that's just positive A or just A. Then here it will be now the union, you get the point. Then there it will be just C like that. All right, so that is it. So we can end there. Now let's go and shade the set. All right, let's go and shade the set. We are going to light the universal like that. So we have, let's say, set A. All right, allow me to. So that's set A, set B, set C, set C like that. Okay, so that's set A, set B, set C like that. So now we are told to shade these sets. So how do we shade now? How do we shade? So we are going to get this part first. You get this part first. All right. So you shade A union B, what is inside. So before even that, let's shade. You start from this one. You shade now B complement to be apart from B. All right. Okay. So that's B complement. Now we are now shading A union C. So shading A union C now B. Now the B complement. So shade A union C. Everything in A and everything in C. So it's more like you're adding, all right? That's union, everything. So now where do they intersect? They intersect where there's yellow and red only. So that part, it is this part there, it is this part. All right, so shading this, that's only the part where they intersect with the B complement. All right, so meaning that to verify, I mean to conclude, you are going to say these are sets that we have. All right, so that's our A, that's our B, that's our C. So they intersect in this region. All right, so that's where they intersect. All right, that's about this question. So given that A, C intersection D is equal to empty set, simplify. So for us to simplify this now, what we are going to do is this. What we are going to do is we are going to now simplify these brackets there. So um, we are saying now C intersection, I mean union D, close the brackets like that, intersection, open bracket C. What you are going to do is now I'll say C and D like that. So I'll bring this complement out there and also put the what, the intersection there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the intersection there, because if I distribute this side, I'll still go back to that. So it's just the same thing. What I want is just to make C without a complement, all right, so that I can simplify them further. So what I'm going to do is now from there is I'm going now to simplify this. They are saying C, they are saying now this condition say C, set C intersection D, that will give you empty set here. So what I'm going to do is C union D like that, then intersection, all right, then that will give us what, that will just give us an empty set as the condition state. So that's our empty set, so we'll put our empty set like that. All right, then from there we are now, there's a complement outside there. I said complement in empty set complement, that will give you universal set, and also universal complement, that will give you empty set. All right, so that is it here to have an universal set. So saying C union D like that. All right, we are now intersecting with the universal. So this set will intersect with the universal where there is C and D. So it's more like they will be found in universal itself. So we just bring the same sets. All right, so it's more like we have the universal there, and since we have the universal there, we have, let's say, C, set C, and D, set D to say. So since we have these sets, then where are they intersecting the universal? Is where everywhere, wherever they are, that's where our this intersect lies on. So that will just be the same set. So C union D like that. So that's our answer. All right. So we are now taught to state the De Morgan's law. So De Morgan's law are two of them. All right. So the first one, you just exchange. So if I write A union B intersection, I mean complement outside there, this should give you, it's more like you are distributing what is inside. You just show the rules to say for intersection and also the union, this is how the complement will be moving. So the complement, once you distribute inside there, that's to give you what, A complement intersection B complement, like that. So that's how it will be moving. The moment you multiply that, you are just showing how a complement will be moving. All right, that's the De Morgan. So you don't have to master, like you just bring union and the intersection of any two sets, then distribute the complement. That will give you what? So this will give us A complement union B complement, like that. So they can be exchanged depending. So that's De Morgan's law. Then the other one that we can give is, let's say you are given A complement like that. All right, so that will give you A. So it's part of De Morgan as well. All right, we need to prove it at some point. So that is it. Then we are going to solve the last question. where we are told to simplify as possible as we can. So the first thing that we are going to do is to distribute this complement there. So a complement now will go there, all right? So that will give us x complement, intersection will be now union, open bracket, x intersection y complement, like that, open bracket, then a complement, like that. So what you are going to do is now to do what, to distribute this x there, you know, you distribute inside there, everything there, so that will give us x complement union, all right? It's more like x times that, that will give us x, all right? Then there's union, intersection there, all right? So a x complement union, x complement union, you multiply it there as well to that y, so it will give us x complement union y complement, like that, all right? So that's what we are going to have. Wait, before I even do this, all right, before I even do this, we're going to say we distribute this complement again, so that will give us x complement union, open bracket, so this complement will go there, so that will be x complement, now be union this one, then y at the complement, so it will just remain hanging like that positively, all right? So from there, then what we are going to do is we distribute this x complement, so that will give us what, x complement union times this x complement, so x, all right? So but before I even do that, this will compromise my thing, so I'll just go back to this one. If I am to do this, I'll just go back to that. So let me use another trick that we used in the first video. So what you are going to do is I will just bring something that will not change anything, so I'll say x, all right, x complement intersection with the universal, because I know it's the same thing, all right? Then union there, this union which is there, then open bracket, x complement again, all right, intersecting, all right? So we are saying now intersecting. I've really made a big mistake here, but the question was not supposed to be like this. So instead we can make it, let's spice it just wherever we end, but I've really made a mistake when lighting it. So what we are going to do is now x union y, like that, all right? So that's what we are going to do. Then from there, so we have made a big mistake. Let's just correct it. Let's just correct it. Let's just correct it. It's the last question. Let's just correct it so that we solve what is correct. All right. So what you are going to do is now you say x intersection, open bracket, x intersection y complement, like that, then curly bracket complement, all right? So what we do is now you say you bring now this complement to everything, so that will give you what, x complement intersection, that will be now our union, you get the point? So that will be now our union. So because this one, once it crosses there, that will change now to union, all right? So open bracket, x intersection, brackets of body mass, guys, apply body mass here. So a complement now will come, this complement now for this one will come here, because they are in the bracket, so they are embedded in something. So from there, then what we are going to do is this is now where we change the scenario. What we have the goal, okay? So the goal is to have the this intersect there. Now how do we achieve that? So we're going to say x complement, I'm going to intersect this complement with the universal set, all right, with the universal set, because it still just give me the same thing. Then the union which is there is there, then open bracket x intersection y, all right, complement like that. So but for this one, let me distribute the complement thing inside, all right. So let me distribute the complement thing inside. Okay, I'm not distributing any complement. Okay, let's distribute this complement inside. All right. So where I made the mistake, I've now seen. Okay, let's just go. Let's just go. Let me not confuse you. So we'll have the complement there. It will change something here. It will change something. Okay, let's just continue. So the complement is there. We'll continue like this. So that was not supposed to be there. This one, this inside there, it was not supposed to be there. So what we are going to do is now we are going to say, just get this concept now. You are now getting this, all right? That's the quasi is common. So say a. Okay, so let me do this. So when you distributed this one inside, that will give us positive there. Then here it will change to what? So when you distribute this complement there, that will just give us x complement union y like that, because this complement now will cancel with this complement which is there. So like that you end there. Okay, so now these things are same now, so we can simplify, factor out what is common. X complement is common, intersection. All right, so now this is where it is now challenging. This is where now it is challenging. So we are saying now x complement intersection. So this was supposed to be the intersection. All right, so I've really made a big mistake on making this question, but what we are going to do is this was supposed to be intersection. All right, I don't know how I'll phrase the question, but let's get it like that. Okay, then we'll get to know that. Then what you're going to do have now is see universal, all right, uniting this union with y like that. Okay, all right, so that's what you are going to have. So universal plus c y, that's the meaning. So universal plus y, you still just get complement like that, you still just get the same universal, right? So this universal intersection with the x complement, you will still be at your x complement. That's your final destination. So thank you for watching the video. Then for those ones who didn't watch these pages, that page 1 and page 2. So for us to solve this one, we said we are now distributing this complement. So what we started is how we started is this thing are common there, all right? So you factorize, then you have b like that. So from there, then what you're going to have is, when you have b intersection with the b complement, that's an empty, a b can't intersect with the outside, all right? That will be an empty set outside there, all right? So they say that's b, then this is universal, all right? So that's your empty set here, there is nothing there. So when you're intersecting, it's more like you have now 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0 is to still give you 1, which is what? Set A. All right, so that's about this one. Then you don't forget this condition to say universal complement, that's the empty set, and the empty set complement, that's the universal. All right, so the other page that we didn't explain is this page here. So when you have this, you start like that. All right, so you distribute this complement there inside, that will give you what? That will give you a. All right, again, once the complement crosses the sign there, that will be intersection, open bracket, then a intersection b like that, then cross like that. So now the complement now will be times complement. So complement times complement, that will cancel, right? So that will just give you a intersection, open bracket, a intersection b like that. The complement has now gone. All right, so what do we do from there? We distribute All right, so what do we do from there? We can just associate. They are all intersecting, so when they are intersecting, just the same thing. When you put the brackets, because they have the same thing. If I give you 2 times 3, I mean times 3 times 3 times 1, let's say. So if I put the brackets like that, it still give you 6. Even if I were to say again 2 times 3 times 1, I put the brackets like that, it still give you 6. So there's nothing there. So what you're going to do is I'll just change these brackets so that I can do something. So I'll unite these two, then intersection be like that. So meaning that A intersection B, that will just, I'm A intersection A, they will still intersect at A. All right, so that will be your final answer. So that's how we solve that one. Then this one, of which we didn't explain, we explained this one, I'm sure, I'm certain. So this one we explained. All right, so we explained this one, I'm certain. All right, we explained everything here. We explained. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe for more videos. We are going to cover all the videos for first years, so make sure that you get to subscribe so that you don't miss any video we post. Thank you very much.